final game of round 14 takes us to the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. A massive crowd, 76,000 for the visit of Bayern Munich. The side sitting on top of the Bundesliga with a big lead, 31 points from 12 games. Bayern won 10, drawn 1, lost 1. They were hot favourites to take all the points in Berlin, and early pressure made it seem as though that was going to be the case. Kjetil Rekdal just tipping the ball away at the last minute. Thomas Helmer brought back in the side, standing out first of all through a foul on Michael Preetz. Oliver Kahn in goal for Germany against Holland in midweek. Didn't look too good when the Dutch scored their goal from 25 yards. And the first chance coming in from Van Buurik. Big Van Buurik, the Dutchman playing for Hertha Berlin. Hertha in 8th place in the table, not doing too well recently though. 3 successive defeats. Srećko Kovac turned inside. Tanat can't clear. Preetz, good save by Kahn. Bayern Munich, the only time they've lost this season, amazingly, was away to newly promoted Frankfurt, going down by 1-0. 6 players in the lineup when Germany played Holland in midweek. People thought they may have been rather tired, but it was 4 against 1, and Lizarazu thought he was about to put Bayern in the lead, but the slow-motion camera shows that Kjetil Rekdal just gets a touch on the ball that takes it a shade away from the Frenchman who was in the French side that beat Brazil to win the World Cup last summer. Jens Jeremies, the motor for Bayern Munich. There's Ali Day with loads of space, and Ali Day firing in pretty weak shot. The Iranian international will be leaving Bayern to take part in the Asian Games, and one person who wasn't in the side in the original starting lineup, Mario Basler, finding time to sign 1 or 2 autographs for the young fans. Basler, of course, used to play here in Berlin before joining Bremen and then going on to Bayern. Another painful crack on the shin once again for Preetz, fouled by Helmer, taking an elbow from Vicente Lizarazu. Vosch curling it over, great chance. Kahn loses it, but recovering at the last minute. Not a particularly entertaining first half. The honours shared as the whistle goes for half-time. Hertha 0, Bayern 0. Well, Mario Basler playing around at being a cameraman as the whistle went for the end of the first half, hoping that he'd be able to take a more serious part in the game, and he was to take a crucial part in it. But Bayern coming away, and a dramatic decision by the referee. Now, Dick van Buurik had already seen a yellow card, and it's yellow and red, the second bookable offence. Hertha Berlin, who last year stunned the soccer world, newly promoted, they beat Bayern 2-1. Could they repeat the performance? A lot of people felt they couldn't, and certainly with Van Buurik sent off, the cards stacked against Hertha. But what tremendous team spirit they show. Darius Vosch, signed from Bochum, back after being sent off. Good shot. Coming in once again from Michael Preetz. Shot from Lothar Matthäus, blocked by a solid defence. Preetz brought down a cynical challenge by Jens Jeremies, which sees him shown the yellow card by referee Kemling. Phenomenal atmosphere in the biggest stadium in Germany. Might not be the most modern, but then a mistake by Basler, brought on a substitute. Great chance. And And to the delight of the massive crowd, Hertha Berlin take the lead. The goal scorer, their main striker on 68 minutes, Michael Preetz. Jürgen Röber, look at the tension in his face. Oliver Kahn can't believe it. Basler, unable to control what is a very risky pass. The ball slipped into the middle. Kahn off his line, gets an arm to it, and can only turn as the ball bounces into his net. 10-man Hertha Berlin, leading Bayern Munich. Bayern looking good to go through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. They play Brøndby of Copenhagen on Wednesday and are odds-on favourite. But in the Olympic Stadium, a goal to nil down, and Lizarazu with a great chance. Off his line comes Gabor Kirai, Hungarian international goalie. Came in for some criticism in Hertha's 2-1 defeat in Wolfsburg last week, but off his line bravely there. Lizarazu can't believe it. He's been one of Bayern's stars this season. The crowd behind the home side. Hertha battling like Trojans, and no one more than the smallest man on the park, little Darius Vogt. Great ball, Tretschok should have sealed it. For Berlin, maybe the nerves getting the better of him there. René Tretschok moving from Dortmund to Cologne, and in the close season from Cologne to Berlin. Time running out for Munich. Lothar Matthäus, 37 years young, clipping it through. Giovanni Elba, Kirai off his line, maybe put off the Brazilian. Elba, between Bayern's 2-0 win over Stuttgart last Saturday and this game in Berlin, a little trip to Brazil to play for his country. Elba only brought on as a substitute, of course, such a long flight. Back and forwards, time difference all in a week. Ottmar Hitzfeld thinking that maybe things too much for Elba, so not bringing him on until the 65th minute. And Oliver Kahn completely losing his cool. Kahn screaming that the ball wasn't out of play, a minute to go. And we see that maybe he may have been right, but the linesman on the far side had a better view than our cameraman. And Oliver Kahn, well known as a hothead, rips his goalkeeping gloves off, throws them at the back of the net. The Berlin fans didn't care. Their side leading 1-0 with 10 men, and seconds away from repeating the fabulous feat of last year, a 2-1 win over Bayern, who then were, of course, the German champions. Headed on by Basler. Elba goes down, claims for a penalty. Referee Kemling deciding that it was just a normal tussle between a striker and a defender. The Berlin fans pleading with the referee to blow the final whistle, and to the delight of Jürgen Röber, Mr. Kemling brings the proceedings to an end. Ottmar Hitzfeld, the Bayern coach, can't believe it. A lot of heated tempers there. Carsten Janker getting involved in an argument. Oliver Kahn is disgusted, but it changes nothing. Bayern beaten 1-0 in Berlin, the surprise of the round.